Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry-out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Good evening and welcome to Anderson University, the HCAC Game of the Week. It is a battle for first place in the conference and perhaps an inroads to the number one seed in the conference later in the season. Tonight, Anderson 8-1, hosting Franklin, also coming in at 8-1 on the season. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled and highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partner since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else? They have the largest selection of great food made from scratch and very affordable. Highway Safety Services, over 60 years combined experience in traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana. And the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page daily. Updated news coast to coast. Just log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Troy Derengowski along with Tony Donahue with you here courtside as we get ready for this huge matchup here tonight. Two teams 8-1 on the season. I mentioned a little bit ago, Tony, that the winning team of this one may have the inside track to the number one seed later in the year.
This is why you go to Anderson or you go to Franklin. It's a night like tonight to be able to play for the top spot in the HCAC conference. And you think about an Anderson team that's already went to Franklin, dropped 99 points on them. You know Franklin's been thinking about this for the last month and a half since that loss But again, you're right. This could go a long way to where we play the HCAC tournament, the Final Four, coming up later on at the end of February. Huge matchup tonight. Both teams 8-1 in the conference, as you mentioned. And we're thinking about our buddy Keith tonight and his family, but we are in for a good one here in Anderson.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that coming up in just a few moments. One thing about these two teams, and we'll certainly document this throughout the pregame, is, Tony, there's one team that, as you said, they love to score. That's Anderson. And you have another team in Franklin. They love to defend. They're going to press a lot. It's going to be a contrast in just two different styles here tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right. For Anderson, scoring 84 points per contest. They shoot 46% from the field, 36% from downtown. Again, as you mentioned, the home court significance here tonight. They are 8-0 at home so far this season. Here's an odd one for you. 16-2 on Wednesday games under Carter Collins and 5-0 on the season. As you mentioned, this is a team that likes to get out, play in transition, grab that rebound, push. That's how they average 84 points per contest. And they really got out in transition against Franklin last month, which led to those 99 points.
Let's talk about Franklin. Again, we did the game just days ago when they won a huge game on the road at Rose-Hulman, winning that contest because of that defense. They don't have a bunch of scores. When you talk about guys that are putting 20 points per game, they just don't have any, but they got good balanced scoring from top to bottom.
Yeah, and you talk about the differences in style here. When you look at Franklin, they're only giving up 57 points per game inside of HCAC play, and that includes the 99 points that Anderson put on it, but you have to defend. You have to defend. Franklin is first in turnover margin in the conference, and you have to defend without fouling. They sent Tate Avagno, who we're going to talk about, to the free throw line 14 times in that contest last month. He converted on 13 of them. Defend without fouling, get in those passing lanes, switch up, do some zones, do some one-on-one man coverage, and don't allow that transition bucket. You got to get back. And if you're Franklin, you're going to be playing on the back of your feet a lot. You're going to be moving back, but you got to keep the ball in front of you, between the ball and the basket. It's what we talk about when you're 7 years old, when you're defending. Know where Tate Avagno is at all times and slow the pace down, slow the tempo down.
By the way, when we get to Anderson, we've got an interesting, a correlation between our color analyst and Tate Avagno coming up, so stay tuned for that. Now, Franklin will be led by Braden Flanagan, 11 points per game. Lynn King, by the way, got hurt in that game against Rose-Hulman. He only scored, I think, 3 points, but he came back and played in the second half. Question is, I hope he's 100% tonight, but he sprained that ankle and really didn't play that well in the second half overall.
And what I like about Braden Flanagan is he gets to the rack. He gets those high percentage looks down low. He's shooting 47% from the field. He gets to the free throw line often where he's shooting 97%. So you want to go inside out to him, get him good looks, get him those high percentage buckets, and to get him going in the scoring column early.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about Anderson. They're looking for the number 1 seed, fresh off a win over Earlham, 103-74. They outscored Earlham in the second half, 56-34. We'll talk about the Ravens next, right here at HCAC.tv.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here at Anderson University, we're still about 5 minutes away from tip-off time here tonight. Two teams at 8-1 in the conference. Let's talk about the Ravens. I tell you what, you want a team that loves to score. This is a team. You mentioned 103 in their last game against Earlham. I think it's the third time they've hit 100-plus points this year. You alluded to it earlier. They're averaging about 85 per game. they are very tough to play here on this court.
Yeah, and they're going to get out and run in transition, as we mentioned when we talked earlier in the week to Franklin head coach Chris Hamilton. He told us we have to get back in transition. We cannot allow the fast break opportunities. We cannot allow them to shoot the three ball because they will put up points. And as you mentioned, triple digits is no stranger to this Anderson Ravens club, and it starts with Tate Avagno, one of the best in school history, one of the best in HCAC history, averaging 21 points per contest, and he put 27 up against Franklin last month on that victory where they scored 99 on the road. So Tate Avagno, he knows how to shoot it. He's from the region. He's from Porter County, just like I am, and we like to throw it up from deep. And he's been doing this for years. I mean, we were first introduced to him 2 years ago in the HCAC tournament, and Anderson made a run up in Manchester. And look, he just continued to do it. He's gotten better and better, and he is one of the top players that you will see this year in the HCAC and maybe ever, especially here when it comes to the history of Anderson. He's one of the best players I've ever had.
So you're both from the region. You're both from the same county. You both love to shoot it from the outside. In fact, I haven't seen you yet shoot anything inside that line, which is called a three-point line. So is he kind of like you in that respect?
Yeah, it's lava down there, right? Like nothing good happens once you get down there. But also defensively for Franklin, don't bite on that pump fake. I mean, we can go back to fundamentals all you want, but if Tate's shooting threes or Anderson shooting threes, you've got to stay down. You got to stay disciplined because that pump fake, they're going to drive right by you and get to the rack. A big key here for Franklin, you want to play this game, 75-70.
Yeah.
If you can keep Anderson under 75, you have a chance. But if they get out to a big start here and a big run, they'll be well on their way to 100 points.
Now, Avagno isn't the only player they have. You have Kenny Troutman averaging over 13, Bryce Williams over 13, Nolan Swan over 11, and Rob Davidson is over 10. So they got a lot of other options.
Yeah, and look, they need to defend and share the rock. They're first in assists in the league. They're first in blocks in the HCAC. And they're number one when it comes to the free throw line. So, yeah, it's not just Tate Avagno doing it, but what a great player like Tate does is makes everybody better around him. And Tate's not afraid, unlike me, to pass and make that extra pass to the open player. He's not going to force shots. When he's double-teamed or he's under pressure, he'll dish the rock, get his teammates involved, and that's what has got them to this 13-3 mark so far this season. 8-1 inside of conference play, 8-0 at home this season. The Ravens are firing on all cylinders.
And what's amazing about that, when you look at Avagno, he's shooting at 54%. Bryce Williams is at 53.1, and this is conference, by the way. And then you had Rob Davidson at 54.4, and then Marco Beverly shooting at 52% in the conference.
Yeah, and that tells me that they're sharing the rock, right? That's why they're number one. They're making that extra pass. If they're double teamed, they're finding the open player. They're not settling for outside shots. They're not settling for shots, that the defender is up in their face. They're getting around the defender. They're using the pump fake. They're using the skills down low that they have with their two big guys, and they're shooting at a high percentage clip here. And when you do that, you can score into the 100s.
You know what you mentioned a little bit ago, too, and you talk about the rebounding side of things. They're averaging 38 rebounds per game, which is amazing from a standpoint. When you shoot that well, you don't get that many offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and look, I think they're averaging 13 offensive rebounds, and that's a lot of extra possessions, right? That's a lot of, put time back on the shot clock. If you're Franklin, you've got to defend Avagno, but you have to know where the basketball is coming off the rim because both defensively and offensively, if you shoot and miss, Anderson's going to fly on you. If you're offensively down, you've got to know where the basketball is at all times because you have to be able to defend and move that rock around because Anderson will get in those passing lanes, they'll get deflections, and it'll lead the fast break points.
All right, Anderson 8-1, Franklin 8-1, Rose-Hulman, I'm sure they're hoping that Franklin may beat Anderson tonight. I guess it really doesn't matter to them. They're just hoping that they can jump up there and stay in second place. Rose-Hulman 7-2, Transy 6-3, Hanover's 5-4, and then after that it kind of drops off. So really, you talk about those top six teams, they control their own destiny.
Yeah, look, it looks like Anderson, Franklin, Rose-Hulman, those are your top three. Transylvania starting to flirt with those top 2 or 3 seeds at 6-3. In the conference. Hanover has a good team this year. They're coming on strong. But, yeah, you look at what Anderson and Franklin have been able to do, the two hottest teams in the league. Anderson winners of 7 straight. Franklin winners of 6 straight. They haven't lost since that loss that they had last month to Franklin. To Anderson.
Tip-off time coming up in a few minutes. We'll have that and the starting lineups next on HCAC.tv.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here at Anderson University, battle for first place. It's time to go to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups. They're your starters for tonight's game. Back over now to Tony. Let's talk about keys for each team.
Well, yeah, it's cold outside, but the shooting in here should be on fire with Anderson averaging well into the 80s per contest. It's Tate's place, baby. 21 points, all-time leading scorer. They also need to defend and share the rock, as we mentioned. Number 1 in assists, number 1 in blocks. As far as Franklin goes, defend. They are allowing an HCAC best 57 points per contest. They are first in turnover margin. You have to defend. You want this to be a low-scoring first to 70-75 type contest for Franklin. And again, as we mentioned, this is why you committed to Franklin. This is why you committed to Anderson. Have a chance to be atop of the HCAC standings with a few weeks to go.
Grizzlies win the tip. They'll have the basketball to start this one here tonight and work against the zone.
A little 2-3 zone here shown off the top by Anderson.
Franklin fresh off that win on the road at Rose-Hulman. The entry pass underneath to Morgan. Got the defender in the air. Had contact but lays it in.
Jesse Morgan says, get big. I'll bang with you down low here. And nice left hand off the glass for the first bucket of the contest.
And as we saw Franklin pressing against Rose-Hulman, they'll do it again here tonight against this Anderson team. Drive to the basket.
Big swat.
Shot, in fact, 2 in a row. Other way we go.
Morgan with the bucket to start and gets the block on the other end.
This is Morgan again, got away with a push-off. Jumper's up and good.
He said, I'm going to get hot early here. Back-to-back buckets, defense into offense. Nice little quick spurt to start the first minute here for Franklin.
Anderson coaching staff was wondering why there wasn't a foul call on that one.
It was close, but hey, if that's how they're going to let him play, they're going to have to let him play that way for 40 minutes.
That three no good by Troutman goes out of bounds. Tonight's game, copyright production of IndianaSRN and HCAC TV, and the use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and HCAC TV and the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference is strictly prohibited.
Yeah, you want to see a flash here by Morgan. You see top of the key. That's how you break it right there. Good idea there on the pass. Kind of put a little bit too much air underneath it, but if you get to the middle where the free throw line is, quick dish down low on the backdoor cut should lead to layups. That's how you break that 2-3 zone.
Boy, Beverly was wide open. Better pass would have been 6-0. So this is Troutman. Very familiar with many of these players that played in the Indianapolis area.
And this 2-3 zone is going to allow Franklin to double-team Tate Avagno.
Shots missed that time by Bryce Williams.
Yeah, great pass there. Up.
That is Beverly. The kick out. Good look at Samples. More of a 3-2 zone, is it not?
Yeah, it is. Great extra over-the-top pass there. Just couldn't get the good look from deep to go. And we're going to get a three-player substitution next. Dead ball for Anderson.
There's a strong drive. Nice pass. Reverse layup is missed by Leiby.
Yeah, I think Leiby was ready for the contact. And Morgan kind of pulled the rope on him. No contact. That's a travel. They didn't call it.
They're not going to blow the whistle. They must have to get home and watch that IU game.
Man, that was when you take the basketball to the floor like that, right in front of the official. No call there.
So far, a lot of contact, and yet not a whistle. Here's Troutman. Three is no good. Rebound by Morgan.
Yeah, some good looks here early by Anderson. Just haven't got him to go.
Nice hesitation. Strong drive. Left hand Matthews.
Great call. Hesitation there at the free throw line. Got him some space. Lays it in. A quick 6-0 spurt in the first 3 minutes here from Franklin.
Ivagno with the basketball. By the way, shot clock has not been and probably won't be much of a factor tonight. That's Ivagno driving in the lane, lost it, turnover, Anderson.
Defend. That was one of our early keys. That would have been a big-time three that would have led to a timeout. They've gotten two good looks on back-to-back possessions from that corner three. Just haven't been able to knock them down.
This will be Ivagno, and that's going to be partially blocked by Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan's second block here of this first half early on. He's been doing it offensively and defensively.
Ball almost knocked away that time from Matthews. Shot short. Able to regain possession will be Jesse Morgan, and he's going to go to the line.
Yeah, Jesse Morgan has been a factor in this first 3+ of the first half. He's gotten 2 blocks. He opened the scoring with back-to-back buckets. And here he gets to the free throw line, going up strong with it. I thought on the drive before that it was a forced shot from Flanagan. Flanagan should have kicked it out. Found that corner three. It was a little bit too deep underneath, but here comes Morgan to clean it up and earn himself a chance at the free throw line.
So Morgan averaging 9.5 points per game. An excellent free throw shooter, now has 5. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give him a call or give them a call, 317-849-0810. Elijah Moore checks in for Anderson. Also coming in, Marco Beverly. Moore wears 24, Beverly number 5. It's an early 8-0 lead. Anderson on the attack the other way. Contact, left-hand layup good by Marco Beverly.
Great job by Beverly, fresh off of the bench. Takes the contact, lays it in off the glass. 4 minutes gone by here, and it's been a physical contest so far. Looks like these refs are going to let them play it out.
Under 16 minutes. Franklin basketball with 13 on the shot clock. Flanagan will find Samples. Back to Flanagan for 3. Hard off the back of the iron. Rebound battled for, and it's eventually taken away. And then turnover by the Ravens. Strong to the hoop and missing the layup as Matthews got it back, got hammered, and will go to the line.
Yeah, Matthews goes up, skies for the rebound, out-muscles Avano, takes it, and then a quick turnover leads to the free throws.
Timeout on the floor, 6-point lead.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
HCAC basketball brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Give them a call, 317-472-7600. We want to send out our thoughts and prayers to Debbie Myers, Keith Myers' lovely wife. Her mother passed away last night or yesterday afternoon, and we just hope everything is going to be okay with Keith and his family.
Yeah, thinking of Keith and Deb here tonight. Listening to that Carter Collins huddle, he said, look, we got to get out in transition and go, go, go. They're slowing the pace down on us. We've got to get rebounds and push.
Second free throw is good by Matthews. He and Morgan have all of the Franklin points, back to a now 7-point lead. At the point is Moore. Ravens just 2 points now in the first 5 minutes of play. Here's a three, that's off the mark. As Elisha Moore can't get it to go, will head the other way.
Yeah, Franklin playing a little sheet out of the playbook here by Anderson. They're getting out and running with the basketball.
Beverly, down court pass to the basket. Layup good by Bryce Williams.
Yeah, in the transition they go. That's what Coach Collins wanted to see coming out of the timeout. They get their first transition bucket, and they'll look to keep that tempo going.
So it's a 5-point lead. Franklin basketball. In the ball game now for Franklin is Jesse Fairs.
And I think offensively for Franklin, you want to play the shot clock on almost every possession down below 12.
Fairs the double team. The kick to Samples for three. Yes.
Yeah. Great extra pass. Wide open. Steps into it. Bottoms it. Back up to an 8-point lead. The most here in this first half by Franklin.
Great ball movement. Beverly for three at the top of the key.
Yeah, Beverly says, look, I can answer you right back. A sweet stroke for the lefty. Puts it in.
Beverly averages 6.7. He has 5 already. Good look here at Fairs in the lane. Kick out again. 3 on the way. Rims in and out. Matthews can't get it. Offensive rebound put back good by Samples.
Third offensive rebound for Franklin. Samples does a good job skying in for that, using the glass, getting the bucket.
Nolan Swan in the ball game. Averages 11. Here's a wide open 3 from the corner. It is good. That'll be Elisha Moore.
Yeah, back-to-back triples. And they've cut this lead in half to 4.
Crowd has filled in nicely since the tip-off. Good student section here tonight as well.
Yeah, you knew the student section was going to show up. A battle for first place here in the HCAC.
Fairs on the drive, slapped away by Swan.
Yeah, some mass substitutions here again for Anderson. And when you're a team that likes to play in transition, that likes to get out and run, you want to have fresh legs, so you'll see these 3 to 4 player subs at almost every dead ball.
Inbounding the basketball, Franklin, Ryan Bostic has checked in. They'll throw it into the backcourt. It'll be Samples. And what do we have here? I know that the Anderson coach was not happy.
Yeah, I think the clock started too soon.
So it's at 13:25. They'll take it out on the sideline. 5 on the shot clock. Bostic will find Malachi Archie. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to call a shot clock violation.
Yeah, just not enough time there to be able to drive to the basket. Got the first step, but then the ball was poked out from behind, so a nice job there by Anderson to force the turnover. They've scored 6 straight now after knocking down back-to-back triples, and we still haven't put Tate Avagno in the scorebook yet with a bucket. But another 3 there, back-to-back triples, and it's a 1-point lead.
Elisha Moore now with 6. Well, you got to love that 3, huh?
When it's there, it's there. When it's not, it's not. Yeah. So water always finds its level, but a hot start here from downtown for Anderson.
He can erase a lead quickly. Entry pass. Here's Morgan.
Great
Morgan
bucket
from 14.
Yeah, I mean, just clean, turns, skies, confidently puts it in. He's off to a hot start with 6 points and 2 blocks.
Back to a 3-point lead. That is Avagno, guarded very closely by Archie.
Yeah, Franklin's done a great job of defending Avagno and forcing him, jump ball, forcing him to have to kick out or find a teammate. He hasn't scored yet here in the first 7+ minutes.
Are you surprised by the physical nature of the game so far?
Well, I mean, look, when you have a rivalry game like this and you've got Franklin out there proving they belong at the top of the conference, and Anderson's a team that, can shoot the 3 as mentioned, but they'll get down and get physical with you. I think that tempo will be the key here tonight. Who can take that physicality?
Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Dylan Beverly. 3 on the shot clock.
Watch for the pass right back to Tate Avagno after he inbounds it.
Here's a quick release on the 3 and good. You don't have to do it when you got Troutman.
Back-to-back triples. And we're tied at 16. Just like that, as you mentioned, it's the ultimate equalizer, the 3 ball. It erases a quick 8-point deficit.
Yeah, they're starting to hit the 3s at pretty much regular pace right now, being the Ravens. Here's Morgan, lost it. 4th turnover now by Franklin. Ravens on the run the other way, leaning in and missing.
Kicked.
Good effort that time by Troutman. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We're tied at 16 here at Anderson University.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt.
Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374, where they represent highly skilled and motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374 to do the job right the first time. Troy Niergowski, Tony Donahue, great to have you with us. This battle of 2 teams that are playing as well as anybody right now, not only in the conference, but perhaps in the country. Both on winning streaks, and it's been everything advertised so far.
Yeah, Anderson on a 16-8 run after getting down 8-0. They've got 12 of their 16 points via the 3 ball, and Tate Avagno yet to score. Nice bucket there. Nice backdoor pass. Goes up, uses the power dribble, lays it in for a much-needed bucket for Franklin.
You know, Archie, I'm not sure that pass was intended for him.
No.
He happened to be at the right place, right time.
And it ended up working out.
So a 2-point lead once again. Ravens.
In that timeout, Coach Collins, let's get Tate going. Let's get him some good looks. But again, if you're double team, find that open player. Don't be selfish. Let's get some good looks.
Levy tried that baseball pass inside again. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. 6 on the shot clock and a host of new players in.
And easy to fall in love with a three-pointer, right? You've knocked down 4 straight. You're back now within 2. You tied it with that 4-3. If it's there, great. But now it opens up, as we talked about, that pump fake, dribble drive, get a good penetration to the rack, and we're going to get Avano finally on the board at the end one.
Yeah, did a great job. His defender, or the inbound defender, had his back turned to him, so he just threw it off his back, stepped in bounds, and laid it in, and is fouled.
Yeah, and I thought that was what they were going to call in their last out-of-bounds play. They use it here in the second one. They go right back to Avano. He goes up strong, lays it in off the glass, and smooth as butter from the free throw line at 92%.
Tate Avano, the all-time leading scorer in Anderson University Division III scoring. And now the Ravens lead it by 1. This is Morgan. Morgan splits 2 defenders in the corner. The drive and the shot up and good by Flanagan.
Great ball movement, great unselfish basketball there. Power dribble, pump fake, kick it out to your open teammate, pump fake, and that is a drilled corner bucket right there.
Going to have a foul call against Flanagan. What is amazing, though, Tony, is that you had guys banging each other big time, and then you have that. It didn't seem like much of a foul.
Yeah. Maybe it just depends if you're the official and where you're standing and how close it is to you. But they've let them play so far. But, yeah, that one they might want back.
The Ravens will have it. That's Nolan Swan. He averages 11.5 points per game off the bench. Nice steal that time by Flanagan. And at the other end, layup good by Matthews.
Yeah, great job by Flanagan. Didn't think twice. Throws it up. Ball doesn't even hit the hardwood and lays it in for the bucket.
Strong drive down the lane. Shot fake. Another block. This time it'll be Ferris on the block.
Yeah, Ferris with the big block there. That's 4 blocks defensively for Franklin.
Good look at Morgan. The kick out. They'll work it right side to Archie, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Great hands by Avano there. Now look, when you're going to have 2 offensive players in the corner, and a nice shot here, great camera work on the bucket. When you're in the corner like that, you have to get down, because as much as you want to shoot that 3, that whole lane is open, and it's just a quick backdoor pass. We'll see if Franklin starts bringing these corner players to the rim.
Morgan got the defender in the air. High arcer, no. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Franklin.
Yeah, that was a close one there. I don't like the fadeaway. You kind of pump fake, spun around a little bit. If it's not there, kick it back out. You had plenty of time on the shot clock. Those fadeaway jumpers are tough because it's a mind shot, right? You know you're fading away, but you also know you're only 4 feet away, but that 4-foot shot becomes a 6-foot shot, and you shoot it as a 4-foot shot, it's going to fall short every time.
We've made it under the halfway point of this first half of play. 3-point lead by the Grizzlies. New players in again for Anderson. They've gone deep into their bench. Here's a little floater on the baseline, no good. On the opposite side, Davidson, the rebound putback.
Yeah, no backdoor box out there, and he goes up with it off the rim and puts it back in.
Back to a 1-point lead.
Yeah, we talked about where is this game going to play, as a steal will lead to a transition here for Anderson as they're out on the run. Right now, this game is going to be played into the 80s, into the 90s here as Anderson continues to pick up that tempo.
Bryce Williams, the bucket. And it's back to a 1-point lead for the Ravens. 5th turnover now by Franklin.
I like what Franklin's doing here, though, offensively. Let's slow it down. Let's get a look inside of that 12-second shot clock. Got a good look right there. Got to take it. Yep.
Yeah, Archie missed the shot, and it's going to be Jesse Ferris on the foul.
Yeah. Great look from the corner 3, although that's the 4th corner 3 Franklin shot, and they're 0 for 4.
Great look right there at Rob Davidson.
Braylon Russell checks in here for Franklin. Anderson with their first lead of the night, doing so with Tate Avano only having 3 points on that and 1.
So Ravens basketball coming up on 8 minutes remaining. Here's Davidson. Strong to the basket, and another foul on Ferris.
Yeah, he's quick on that pump fake. It's 2 steps. He's in the paint, goes up with it, takes the contact, earns himself a trip to the free throw line.
Again, the second foul on Fairs. By the way, that young man right there, most basketball fans around the Indianapolis area remember him playing at Bishop Chatard. He now has 3. Anderson, the defending champions of this conference, looking to repeat. Second one is missed. Fairs with a rebound. Ravens by 2. Back in the lineup is Beverly. He'll shoot it from 3 and nailed it. Dylan Beverly.
Big time answer there to knock down the 3, take the lead right back.
Good look at Nolan Swan. Guarded closely by Sample. Sample slipped, and then down low. Davidson has his shot blocked, but they're going to say a foul call on Franklin. And with that in mind, 7:50 remaining in the first half. We got a timeout on the floor. Ravens trail it by 1.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Tonight's HCAC basketball game of the week brought to you in part by Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience as a prestige healthcare company. Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Give them a call at 317-537-1811. Well, so far, I would imagine if you bought a ticket for this game tonight, you're not disappointed.
Yeah, Anderson's done a great job of knocking down threes, and that comes via the extra pass. They are playing unselfish basketball. They are finding the open teammate for better looks than what they have. And Tadovania with only 3 points, tied at 25 with 7:50 to go. On the opposite side, you know, when you look at Franklin, continue to just try to get to the basket and go behind that 2-3 zone. You got to cut back door, set some screens, and make it happen.
Davidson is out after making the 2 free throws. He now has 5. Right behind Elisha Moore, who has 6.
Dylan Beverly, who knocked down that last 3, you see him top of the key here, number 23, 50% from downtown.
Wow. Fairs at the top with a left-hand drive, leans into the defender, gets the offensive rebound, put back, no. Another chance, left hand, yes.
Yeah, 3rd time's the charm. Ferris stays with it. Gets 2 offensive rebounds, uses the glass with a kiss.
Ivanyo, the step back, no.
We've gone back-to-back now as we have our 4th lead change of the game. Franklin back up by 1.
Cooper Matthews, and we've got contact. I was watching with great interest at this end of the floor, and I know we talked about the physicality of this game, but we had a really good look at that one, and it seemed like to me that maybe there was something missed there.
Yeah, and it's tough. You know, you've got to decide what you're going to call and what you're not going to call. A great inbound pass here. A little bit too deep, and I think right on point. Ferris wanted the foul there, didn't get it. They're going to let him get chippy down low.
Still a 1-point lead. In the lane, fadeaway shot, rims in and out. Nolan Swan can't deliver.
Yeah, Ferris is skying for that rebound there. He's been up-tempo here this game so far. He's really been an X factor.
Bears, 1 dribble, guarded closely out front by Troutman. Shot clock at 13, ball loose on the floor. Keeping it'll be Samples. Samples checks the clock, drives and misses it off the front of the rim.
Yeah, kind of a broken play there. A little hezzy there, try to get the roll. Didn't, and in transition goes Anderson. That's a 2nd straight shot that was left short by Tadovania.
You know, usually I say shot clock down to 3, 2, 1, but not this time. We haven't had any yet.
No. We might not get a shot clock violation in this contest.
Good look at Fairs.
Crowd getting into it here for Anderson. Slow it down for Franklin. You want to get a good shot here. It's about 5 or 4 on the clock.
I say that, and it's down to 3.
Shot clock.
Yep.
Oh, man. The very next play. We say it won't happen, and the basketball god says, we will prove you wrong, sir.
Oh, my.
Great defensive possession there by Anderson. Doing all this with a 1 for 4 shooting night so far from Tadavano.
Yeah, that's amazing. Just 3 points. Averages 21.4 points per game. Swan, the spin. This is Ivano.
And we talked about this for Franklin's defense. Make somebody else beat you besides Tadavano. So far, they've been able to do that.
That is Ivano. Good ball movement. Here's Troutman. Troutman off the glass, no. Ball saved from going out of bounds by Morgan. Grizzlies on the run the other way. The kick out.
Great extra pass. Ooh, the hezzy. Some contact there, no foul. And in the transition goes Anderson.
Franklin still up by 1. Uh-oh, wide open
Splash.
is Ivano.
Oh.
No. And the rebound by Samples.
It's been a tough night so far for Tadavano to start things. But that's what shooters do. You just keep shooting it, and you shoot yourself out of a funk. As we're going to have a 3-man substitution here from Anderson.
What the pace they play, you've got to play, as you said earlier, guys that are fresh as much as you can. As you see that last missed shot and the rebound.
I think if you're Franklin, you manage this final 5 minutes of this first half. You slow the tempo down. You try to get yourself on a run. Try to break this 2-3 zone, but slow it down. Don't allow Anderson to get out in transition and make this a track meet.
Entry will find Morgan. Morgan.
Ooh,
nice
little
spin.
Shimmy.
Missed it with the left hand.
Couldn't get it to fall on the fadeaway, but a nice shimmy to break free and get a good high percentage look.
Well, I'm not sure about you, but I would imagine if we said, you know what, Ivano has only 3 points, Anderson's got to be losing big time.
Yeah.
3 from the corner, good.
And it's been that way all night so far. Everybody has stepped up. We see it there from Levy with the corner 3.
Kind of gave a look at the Franklin bench, too.
Great
nice
extra pass.
Oh,
you got to finish.
Missing that one is Beverly.
Great extra pass, but you got to finish.
Now Franklin down by 2.
Travel.
And we got a double dribble call.
Yeah.
4th turnover now by Anderson. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Ravens lead at 29-27. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving the Indianapolis area for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. If you'd like more information, call 317-328-2555. Well, it's a 2-point ball game. We've gone back and forth. Franklin had that big lead early, but the 3-point buckets have helped the Ravens here tonight, and they've done it again without Ivano in the scoring department.
Yeah, an 8-0 run to start things for Franklin, and Anderson's 3 balls got him back into this against Tadavano, the top scorer in Anderson history, only has 3 points. It'll be interesting to see how Franklin offensively plays his final 4 minutes. Again, you want to continue to slow things down. We talked about playing this game into the 70s and not the 90s or triple digits.
Here is Morgan in the corner. And a turnover.
Yeah, great job defensively using the out of bounds there as a third defender. Coast to coast transition bucket.
Davidson
with the lay-in, and that's what they do. They force turnovers and long rebounds, and that gets them into transition.
Shot fake, Morgan, fade away, no.
Yeah, the fadeaway's not there for Morgan. Stay strong, go up with it, pump fake, get a good high percentage look. What a move!
That bucket by Bryce Williams.
The scoop and score. We are waiting for an outburst of points here by Anderson. We got it there in a quick spurt. Forces Franklin into a timeout on a quick 6-0 spurt out of the timeout.
Yeah, just a 30-second timeout at 33-27, and that shot right there by Williams got this crowd alive for sure.
Yeah, and we see it here. It's a great student section. It's a great crowd here in Anderson. I mean, it's cold as ice outside, so you may as well come enjoy some great HCAC college hoops here from Anderson. Now, if you're Franklin, look, I think you're telling Jesse Morgan, we like what you're doing, but you're fading away. Go up strong with it. Get fouled. Take that contact. Earn yourself a chance for the and one opportunity, or at least two at the free throw line.
Yeah, and you speak of that, Morgan, by the way, against Rose-Hulman, that 15-footer he hit all day long.
Yeah, and if you're going to shoot it, don't hesitate. Go up and shoot it square the shoulders and knock it down. But the fading away that we've seen a few times has allowed for the ball to be up short off the rim, grabbed by Anderson and pushed in transition.
Franklin, after the timeout, they turn it over. Davidson, the other way, dunks it.
Slams it home. And that's out of bounds. That's staying here with Anderson. They threw it to the inbound. He threw it back. And it's been a disaster the last minute 30 for Franklin as Anderson pushes it to their biggest lead on the slam here by 8, 35-27, amidst a 9-0 Anderson Ravens run.
9 turnovers now by Franklin, 2 in a row, and this could be tough. You end up going down double digits in the first half.
Got to get a stop and a score.
Nolan Swan. Swan working one-on-one against the defender. Ivanyo drives in, no, and high for the rebound, Beverly.
It's just been that type of first half for Ivanyo. He's got good looks. He's got to the rack, and it spins out on him. So there's the stop by Franklin. Can you get a bucket, and then can you do it again?
2:20 remaining, first half. In the corner, here is Beverly for three, nothing but net.
Beverly, 50% from the outside, knocks down his second three, and a much-needed three ball for Franklin.
So we're going back the other way. Here's a long-range three by Swan, and the ball goes out of bounds. Ivanyo thought he got fouled on the rebound.
Yeah, it's kind of both players going for the ball, a little bit of contact there. So you got to stop, you got to score. Now you got another stop. Can you get a score to get this back to a one-possession lead? I think if you're within 5 at halftime with Anderson under 40 points, you're happy with your first half if you're Franklin.
Boy, what a turn of events, right? Both ways.
Yeah. You know, and look, you don't need to force shots, get good looks. That was a good look, just didn't quite get it to go down.
Unable to hit that shot for Franklin is Braylon Russell, who has checked in. So with a 5-point lead, Ravens basketball, shot clock at 16. The kick in the corner. Of course, Davidson has had a nice first half. Nice pass, Ivanyo.
Yeah, great cut there around the arc. Great screen set. Goes up with it, takes the contact, lays it in off the glass. He's got 7.
So now Franklin with a basketball, samples for three, missed it. Ball tipped in the air. Beverly comes away with it. His shot up the glass, no good. Then the tip, no good by Russell.
And Franklin has had multiple opportunities. We had to travel here. Ivanyo. I didn't see that. He didn't put the basketball down. It looked like tried to avoid the contact.
I have a feeling with all those boos I'm hearing, they didn't agree with that, huh?
Yeah, they did not. Again, Franklin getting good looks right at the rim, Troy. They just can't get him to fall down. I mean, they've smacked that basketball around the rim so much. Down low, they might need some extra orange paint at halftime to top it off.
So off the inbound. Oh, my. Yep. There you go. Yep. Over and back. Franklin, another big mistake.
So we'll call it even on the wash. How about that?
There you go.
And we see the great replay there of the nice cut by Avano. Goes up with it, hangs in the air.
Timeout on the floor with 58.3 in the half.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but no.
37-30 your score, under a minute remaining. Ravens basketball, so we know Franklin will get at least one more time.
It's been a tale of two different halves here in this first half. The first 10 minutes dominated by Franklin, but it's been all Anderson in this final 10 to look to end on a run at the Vanyo 3 here.
Missed it from the outside. Beverly with a rebound.
Reminds me of myself. Even his misses are pretty.
That's exactly what I thought. Swan with a foul. I know you're aching to get a hold of a basketball sometime here tonight. Preferably before the game.
I was challenged from up here that I couldn't hit 1 of 10, so we'll have to see at the end of this one. I think you slow it down here. You got a 13-second differential. You run it all the way down to about 7 seconds.
Bounce pass, turnover number 11 on Franklin.
And Anderson said, no thanks, we've got other plans in mind. Now they'll hold for the last shot with 23 seconds to go.
So Ravens will go into the locker room with a lead. Some costly turnovers by Franklin here at the end of this first half. Good look here at Williams. In the corner, left-hand three is well short by Beverly. Ball is back to Beverly, missed it, and we've made it to halftime. So the Ravens lead it. It's been a fun one, but I'll tell you what, Franklin's going to look at the end of that first half and think, man, we had some really bad turnovers there.
Franklin was in control of the first 14 or so minutes of that first half, and then Anderson got out in transition, knocked down 4 straight 3 balls at one point to cut that 8-0 deficit down. They had it tied at 16 after back-to-back triples. Look, this is an Anderson team that has proven in this first half that they can go on runs, quick spurts. I mean, look, they came out there in that final 4 minutes, and Franklin had to call a timeout immediately after that 6-0 run. Anderson up 7. Vanyo only has 7. They've gotten everybody involved here in this first half. Franklin, it's a battle of, man, we've had the basketball down low and gotten good percentage shots. We just haven't gotten those to fall. You would expect those to fall in the second half. 37-30 right now. But I thought Anderson really imposed their will in that last 6 minutes.
Davidson leading Anderson with 9. On the other side, Samples leading the way, Franklin with 7. It's halftime. Anderson 37, the Grizzlies 30.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family. Come have some great food.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
When
put on that Anderson uniform, it has to mean something to you. You're a part of a family, a legacy, a culture. Some things fade away. The early wake-up calls, the last rep, the sprints, but others last forever. The relationships formed, the memories created. Competition is about blood, sweat, and tears. All those things they've told you about. But as a Raven, it's so much more. It's about the integrity to have total commitment to our values, understanding the responsibility that comes with putting this uniform on, a readiness to give your talents with gratitude, embracing a spirit of servanthood, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. When we put that uniform on, we are for each other. We're for something larger than ourselves. So join us. Join the legacy, be extraordinary, and be next. For all the ones who've gone before, soar, Ravens, soar.
And I could do all things, I could do all things, yeah, I could do all things, yeah, we came a long way, that's what the songs say, and I could do all things, I could do all things, I can do all things, yeah, I'm not afraid of the moment, I'm not afraid, I can't hold it, I gotta show them, gotta get up in the morning, I gotta do it for Kobe, lately I'm zoning, lately I know where I'm going, taking whatever control it, show me opponents, I got a gift and I'm starting to own it, yeah, we came a long way, and that's what the songs say, and I can do all things, I can do all things, yeah, I can do all things, yeah, we came a long way, and that's what the songs say, and I can do all things, and I can do all things, and I can do all things, yeah, we came a long way, and that's what the songs say, and I can do all things, I can do all things, I can do all things, yeah, we came a long way, and that's what the songs say, and I can do all things, I can do all things, I can do all things, yeah. Shout to the city that raised me, shout to the people that made me. I'm from the 80s, I don't think mumbling wavy. I grew up black on a Jay-Z, maybe I'm crazy. I ain't been wondering lately, feel like it's there for the taking. Feel like I'm good with the changes, know who I am, and that's the most dangerous statement, yeah. We came a long way, and that's what the songs say. And I can do all things, I can do all things, yeah, I can do all things, yeah. We came a long way, and that's what the songs say. And I can do all things, I can do all things, I can do all things, yeah.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Anderson University, 37-30, your halftime score here. The first half numbers for Franklin, they were 12 of 33 overall for 36%, 3 of 10 from three-point range for 30. They finished 3 of 4 from the free throw line. They ended up with 11 turnovers, and that really was perhaps the big number, especially late in the first half. Jesse Morgan unofficially, or I should say officially, had 10. Of course, I had him for only 6, so I'm missing something. Morgan with 10, Beverly with 6, Flanagan with 2, Samples with 5, Matthews with 5, Ferris with 2, rounds out their 30, and they finished with 24 rebounds in the first half. For Anderson, 14 of 35 overall, good enough for 40%. They were 5 of 16 from three-point range, 31%, 4 of 5 from the line, good enough for 80%. Rob Davidson led the way with 9, Tate Ivania with 5, Axel Leby finished with 3, Kenny Troutman with 3, Bryce Williams with 6, Marco Beverly with 5, and Elisha Moore finished with 6 points, 18 rebounds, only 6 turnovers in the first half. Points in the paint for Franklin, they finished with 16. Anderson with 18. And by the way, bench points, not a big factor, but Franklin only 2 off their bench, 11 by Anderson. So now let's look ahead to the second half. I'm sure the Grizzlies are hoping to start this second half better than they finished the first half. What are you expecting?
Yeah, as far as Anderson goes, just get out on the fast break. They only had 10 first break 10 fast break points in that first half. They were averaging 22 transition points per contest. You know, we talked about in the outset, can you keep this Anderson Ravens team under 80 points to have a chance? So far, they're right around 80. They put up 99 on you last month. They've gotten hot. Obviously, this game has gone back and forth. We've had 7 lead changes, 3 ties. Franklin got off to that 8-0 lead at the 16:21 mark. And then again, as you mentioned, that final 3 or so minutes of that first half was all Anderson. They were on an 8-0 run. Ended it on a 9-2 run. I think if you're Franklin, you want to come out, slow things down, get high percentage looks, and waste that shot clock down to 10-8 seconds by getting good looks. You have to back screen to the basket to get those high percentage looks, and you got to get them to go in.
Yeah.
I mean, there was 5 or 6 shots right point blank dead on that they just simply missed. You think you have 2 or 3 of those back, 2 or 3 of those bunnies, and it's a 2-point game. As far as Anderson goes, they've gotten out in transition. They've knocked down the 3 ball, and as you mentioned, doing it all with Tate Avagno only having 5 total points.
Basketball on HCAC.tv, brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. Give them a call, 765-446-1502. It'll be Franklin basketball to begin the second half. Great to have you with us here on HCAC.tv.
Yeah, and as we talked about, I mean, this is why you went to Franklin. This is why you went to Anderson. You have a chance right in front of you now. If you're Anderson, this gives you a 2-game lead in the HCAC standings, which, as well as you've been playing, we got a turnover right off the bat. As well as you've been playing, you know how important it was to have that home court advantage here last February. Now you're a month out of the regular season ending. This win tonight, if you can finish it off, if you are Anderson, goes a long way to hosting that weekend tournament, that Final Four of the HCAC.
Each team with a turnover to begin the second half. Running the floor at the other end is Beverly for the layup.
Really like what I've seen out of Beverly so far. He's 2 for 2 from distance, now 3 of 5 from the field. Gets out, lays it in. He's got 8.
So each team with a turnover. First bucket leading to points in the second half. Davidson, the feed and the miss at the other end of the floor is Bryce Williams. And then falling on the floor off the pass is Flanagan. The second turnover already for Franklin.
Yeah, and just kind of got a little bit too far ahead of themselves trying to push the tempo. Throwing the basketball away there. So turnover heavy here in the first 44 seconds of this second half.
So they will have young lady come over and clean up some of the sweat on the floor. She, by the way, was shooting well.
She's got a jumper. Well, they had a contest, a knockout contest of students at halftime there, and she was pure from the free throw line.
She was one of the final 3 left, and they had to split a jackpot of $25.
Yeah. How about that kid out there in pajama pants? He rolled right out of bed at about 3 p.m. today. Good for him, living the dream.
And shot well.
And shot it well.
Ravens look down inside. Leby, reverse layup, good.
Yeah, great backdoor cut there. Great find up top from Bryce Williams. Using that rim to go up and under off the glass, and it remains a 7-point deficit.
Here's Beverly. Down low, it'll be Morgan. Morgan lost it from behind, but then picking up the loose basketball to Samples, and a whistle and a foul will put Samples at the line.
Great power dribble there, great use of the pump fake, gets the defender in the air, takes the contact, couldn't quite finish, although he had an opportunity to do so, but earned himself 2 here at the free throw line.
Leby picks up the foul, his first, and Samples at the line for the first time tonight. He now has 6.
And we're in that, what I like to call the open or closed door. We're in that swing of the door, right? It's 5-7 is where the basketball game's being played. One swing either way can tie or get you within one possession, but a swing the other way, you could be down double digits. So it's dangerous to play in this 5 to 8 point range because we know how fast Anderson can play. This can be quickly pushed to a 12 to 13 point deficit. But if you're Franklin and you can defend and not allow second chance opportunities, you can cut into this deficit.
Step back, three-point bucket on the way by Williams, no good.
Yeah, a little James Harden move there, and they throw it right away.
Third turnover already. Nice inside pass to Davidson. Layup good. Give Williams the assist.
Yeah, Williams has been dishing dimes here. He did it in the first half. He's got 2 quick assists in the first 2 minutes here of the second half. Great unselfish play. Makes the pass. Lays it in back to a 7-point lead.
Franklin's got to find a way to not turn the basketball over as much as they have tonight. Here's Samples. Beverly beyond the three-point line, drives in, shot no good, ball tipped into the corner. It'll be Williams.
Yeah, we got to stop fading away down low for Franklin. Let's get good looks going right at the basket.
Laby misses the three. Run down in the corner by Cooper Matthews.
If you got to take the contact, you got to take the contact. But fading away from inside 5 to 7 feet, that's a very tough shot. And the turnover here kicks right back to Williams, and that's 4 second-half turnovers.
Ivanyo for 3.
And that pushes it to a 10-point lead. Ivanyo with the bucket. I'd be getting the timeout here if I was Franklin. Ivanyo with 8 points.
And a timeout on the floor, 17-11 to go here in the second half. It's a 10-point lead.
Say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger. It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Yeah.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we don't play.
We talked about that door. Can you swing the door open or can you shut that door closed? And Anderson with a quick run there in transition. They get Ivanyo for the 3 after the Bryce Williams dish down low for the bucket. And they've swung this to a double-digit lead, leading 44-34. Plenty of time to go. I want to see a slowed-down possession here if I'm Franklin. Try to get something down low on that backdoor cut to break this pressure and try to get a high percentage look that you could lay in off the glass.
Shot clock at 10. Ferris, the kick out. Here's a quick release on 3. That's way off the mark.
Ball loose. And we're going to have a foul on the ground.
Flanagan is the one who missed that shot.
Yeah, stepped into a 3 and overshot it.
Ferris will pick up the foul, his 3rd, I do believe. So Ferris in foul trouble now for Franklin, and their beginning of the second half has not been what they anticipated. 4 turnovers already.
Yeah, and turning the basketball over 4 times in 3 minutes is not going to get you back into this contest. You're down 10, and we go back to what we talked about at the end of that first half. Can you get a stop and a score to get yourself within striking distance?
Wide open Troutman, no. And run down in the corner, but I believe that Elisha Moore stepped out of bounds. Good hustle.
Yeah, looked like his right foot got out of bounds there. So there's your stop. Now can you get a score, and then can you do it again?
Malachi Archie in the ball game now for Franklin.
Some good passes up top here. Try to get a flow. Try to get a rhythm offensively because they have not been in a rhythm to start this second half.
Good look at Samples. He's going to fire the 3 and miss it. Beverly went for the rebound and a foul call. I think it's going to go against Anderson. I believe they got Troutman.
Not enough movement towards the basket for Franklin. Just a lot of passes at top of the key and outside the three-point line. You've got to work that ball inside.
So they get a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Flanagan's been really quiet tonight, averages 11, only 2 points so far, and you're right, there's no penetration at all.
Yeah, we've got to get some movement out of Ferris there, kind of just standing around. And
oh my, how about the double pump and the bucket? Good by Archie.
Blind squirrel will find the nut every once in a while. That one, just the hesitation, the double pump, and gets it to go, a much-needed hoop.
We got a whistle, and the ball was on the floor, but a foul call against Flanagan, and a timeout on the floor as well. Ravens on top of this one, 44-36.
Every person has a story waiting to be told. Mr. Jack comes in every Monday.
That's right.
One day I noticed his hat said he was a Korean War veteran. I asked him if he'd ever been to the Korean War Memorial.
No, I never had a chance to go.
That was the day I knew we had to do whatever it took to get him there.
Manny made it happen. I got to go to Washington, D.C. to all the memorials. The World War II Memorial, Naval Memorial, Korean War Memorial. Took all kind of pictures and everything, and it was a good trip, too.
I'm glad that I could be a part of Mr. Jack's story.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the IndianaSRN Sports Page. Daily sports coverage, high school, college, pro sports. Checking out IndianaSRN.org. Here we have an 8-point lead, Ravens basketball. Strong drive to the baseline, cut off is Elisha Moore. It goes out of bounds. We'll stay here.
Yeah, and the difference here in this second half so far has been the ability of the Ravens of Anderson to get to the rim, to get high percentage looks, make that extra pass. That starts with Bryce Williams. Unselfish basketball, getting high percentage looks.
Williams had to go high to get that one. As he drives in, he's fouled, and we'll go to the line.
Yeah, I thought that one might have been on the ground. They're going to give him 2 free throws. And look, Anderson's doing this. 8 to 10 point lead, currently an 8-point lead. Tadavania only has 7.
Yeah.
So it just shows, what we talked about. You asked a great question in the onset. How do you get everybody else going? Well, they're the number 1 assist team in the HCAC, and we've seen that here tonight.
Williams now with 7. Second free throw got a nice roll. He has 8, and the lead back to 10.
Not out of it if you're Franklin. Plenty of time in this one. Both teams have gone on some steady runs.
Good look out front at Archie. Samples back to Archie.
I just wonder how long you keep Williams on the bench here for Franklin.
Here's a long-range 3 missed by Flanagan. And coming away with it will be Levy.
Yeah, they've settled for some downtown threes here in this second half. They've not been able to knock down. Great extra pass blocked from behind, but a foul. And Williams will go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, Beverly got a little too much of the head that time of Bryce Williams.
Yeah, I think you got to get Jesse Morgan checked into the game here if you're Franklin. He just kind of opens it up inside the paint offensively. They've not been able to do that with Jesse Ferris out there.
3 in a row now by Williams. He has 9. As you had mentioned there, Jesse Morgan is checked in. Also Cooper Matthews. Good look there at Bryce Williams. Second one in and out. Lead at 11.
Don't need to settle for these long-range threes. Let's get some screens. Let's get some backdoor cuts. Let's get some back screens if you're the Grizzlies and try to get yourself good looks at the rim.
This almost looks like a matchup zone. Here's a 3 at the top, in and out by Archie. Offensive rebound, Morgan, and he's fouled.
Yeah, that's what I like about Morgan. He'll get in there. He'll battle with you. We've seen it here all night. Gets the rebound, puts it back up. But again, settling for a long-distance 3 with 15-plus seconds left on the shot clock. I know you're down 11, and you've seen Anderson come back via the three-pointer, But you can get back in this game. You just need to get to the free throw line that they just did and get high percentage looks down low. That's 4 of the last 5 possessions where they've jacked a 3 from deep and got nothing.
Morgan now with 11. Second free throw is up and good. He is the one bright spot offensively tonight, along with Beverly, who has 8. We got to get Samples going. Matthews and Flanagan also need to get going. Drive to the baseline by Swan. The kick out. Levy. Fade away. No. And the rebound, Morgan.
Hey, when you're down low within 5 to 7 feet, fadeaways rarely work. And we've seen that here tonight.
Yeah. Ball loose. Turnover. Number 5 of the second half.
Yeah, just a soft pass there leads to transition here for Tate Avagno, and he's going to take advantage.
The
great
kick
extra,
out.
Great extra pass.
Morgan missed it. Rebound, Levy. Put back good.
Second chance opportunities.
Lead back to 11. By the way, 16 turnovers now for Franklin. Archie will find a wide open Matthews, who missed it.
Yeah.
A couple of their shots, Tony, aren't even close.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. That's a great look right there.
Ivano for 3.
Flash house. He's got 10. 14-point lead. Biggest lead of the night for Anderson.
Now Franklin got to get something positive. Ferris, the drive, stripped out of his hands. He's double teamed, and a whistle and a foul.
Stops the bleeding here. We see Avagno with the step-back tray ball coming right into your living room.
You guys in the region shoot like that a lot, do you?
I can tell you, we've never met a shot we don't like.
Davidson picked up the foul, his second. Ferris, once again, the kick out to Samples, and he got a 3.
Finally got one. 1 of 7 from distance here in the second half, but a much-needed 3. Keeps Franklin within striking distance. Down 11, plenty of time to go, just under 13.
Swan, nice pass to the inside, off the glass, Williams.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you have that double team, Anderson, the number 1 assist team in the HCAC, and you see it there. Double team comes, great communication, find the open teammate, lay it in off the glass.
Ball knocked out of bounds, intended for Ferris.
Better passing. You need better passing. A lot of these passes, I understand Anderson is aggressive. They get in the passing lanes, they get deflections. But you've got to whip this basketball around. You've got to make crisp passes, confidence passes, right? You're not thinking about it. You're not hesitating. You're whipping it to your teammate, and you're keeping that ball moving.
Have to throw it all the way into the backcourt as Troutman is there defensively for the Ravens.
And they've done that multiple times where they've thrown the Hail Mary type to the backcourt. One of these days, Anderson's going to jump that route and get a bucket.
Kick out. Matthews got it.
Great job by Matthews. Uses the pump fake. Doesn't settle for the three-pointer. Gets into the lane. Splashes it home.
Well, they're hanging around.
You know, you're right there. You want to be around 8 points in a 10-minute mark. And a Travelere on the turnover.
That is only the first turnover for Anderson in the second half. We've got a timeout on the floor. Ravens lead it by 11.
Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. give him a call at 317-894-7000. An 11-point lead for Anderson. If they win tonight 8 in a row, they'll go to 9-0 at home. More importantly, 9-1 in the HCAC. And again, as you said earlier, that'll put them in the driver's seat now. Though upsets can happen, but they want to get that number 1 seed in the HCAC men's tournament.
Yeah, this is a team that's 2 years removed from what we thought would be hosting the tournament. They get upset by Manchester. Manchester ends up hosting that tournament 2 years ago. And you see it here. You got to protect home court.
Threes missed by Archie. And high for the rebound, Ivanyo. And got a foul called against Franklin. They got 13, Matthews.
Yeah, you're okay with that foul because it's aggressive, trying to get Ivanyo to turn the basketball over in the backcourt.
Good look at Tate Ivanyo. Right now, I would say he'd be the player of the year in the conference. We got a long way to go there, though. No-look pass stolen away by Matthews.
Yeah, you got to throw that one up. You actually got to look and then throw it up.
Matthews.
Foul here.
Yep, he got hammered on the way to the basket.
Great job there by Franklin. You get the stop, you get the turnover, you give Anderson a little bit of dose of their own medicine, you run with it, get down in transition, get fouled.
Fouls on Elisha Moore. That'll be his 3rd. And here's where you can make up a little ground with the clock off. Good look right there at Cooper Matthews, averaging nearly 10 per game. He has 9.
Some defense turning into offense there for Franklin. That's going to be what they need to get back into this contest. Now within single digits. They've cut it to 9.
And it has been their defense that has gotten them to the 12-4 mark overall. Here is Davidson. Again, they come off that big win at Rose-Hulman just a couple of days ago. Ravens basketball. Here's a long-range 3, no good, as Troutman can't get that one.
Couple stops in a row here for Franklin. Got them out in the transition, and then they turn the basketball right back over.
6 in the second half. 2-on-1 break back the other way. Basket good by Moore.
Yeah, nice one there by Elisha Moore. Getting it in off the glass. The pace and the tempo starting to pick up here, which of course would favor Anderson.
Well, that turnover bug is just killing them.
Yeah, you got to be strong with the basket. Great extra pass there.
Beverly finishes. He's in double figures now with 10.
Yeah, you see why Beverly shoots 66% from the field there. Got it down low and laid it in.
9-point lead. Ivanyo has his
gets it back and misses.
Back the other way we go, and we have a jump ball call.
It's going to go back to Anderson. Thought we could have saw a foul there. Usually when the defender drops the hands, you'll get a foul call. Doesn't happen there.
You saw that nice basket.
And your Hoosiers can't score over there, can they?
No. Down by 7. Long way to go. 6 minutes in that one. We got 10 here.
About exactly where we are here at 56-47 with 10-10 to go. I talked about you want to have it at about 8 points here. When you get to the 10-minute mark, you're at 9. Got to come up with some stops.
Good look here at Troutman. Little hesitation and a moving screen called against Bryce Williams.
Yep, you just got to hold that thing till your teammate runs by you, then you can release on that screen.
That'll put the clock under 10. So now Franklin. See if they can get another run going here. Samples thought about the 3. Ball tipped in the air.
It's too lazy of passes. We've seen this multiple times.
Back the other way, Williams, and a foul on the pass. I think they may get Cooper Matthews.
Both players battling hard. Both players knowing what's on the line here tonight, going after that loose basketball off of the turnover.
7 turnovers now in the second half. They had 11 in the first half.
So Morgan will check out. I'd like to see a set where Morgan is out there for Franklin while he's playing with Beverly, but we haven't seen that yet.
This is Ivano on the drive. Skip pass to Swan. Swan down the lane, left-hand layup.
Yep, uses the body as a defender, lays it in with the left, and it's back to a double-digit lead at 11.
Franklin just cannot seem to make inroads here. And we got a reaching foul against Russell. We'll take that back. It'll be Marco Beverly.
We've got free throws the rest of the way for both squads here, so that fast tempo in that first half can be slowed down immensely here as both teams in the penalty for the final 9:17.
So in other words, you're saying there could be a lot of free throws?
Yeah, can you make your free throws? Can you put points on the board with the clock stopped?
Well, the answer, or at least for the first one, is yes.
That's Beverly. He is nearly automatic from the free throw line.
He's nearly automatic from everywhere.
Yeah, 68% from the field.
Nice move to the inside by Williams. Out to Ivano. Three-pointer good, and now he's feeling it.
Yep, Ivano with the second three ball of the second half, and it comes because of unselfish basketball, making that extra pass, finding the open player, finding the best player in the conference to splash it home.
That matchup zone causing some issues as well for this Franklin offense. Matthews turns it over. Ivano dunks it.
There's your player of the year, folks. He can beat you in so many ways. And it's a 14-point Anderson lead, their biggest lead of the night.
And a timeout.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Franklin basketball after the timeout. Ferris misses the layup. Here come the Ravens again. Ivano down the lane.
I think it's a jump.
Oh, they're going to call a foul.
Thought it was a jump.
Going to get number 13 on the foul. It's going to be Matthews, who just picked up his third.
You know, it's easy to say what if, hindsight's 20/20. But Franklin has had so many good looks at the rim that just haven't gone. And you think, I mean, they've missed, Troy, at least 8 shots point blank. If you have half of those back, you know, you're within striking distance. You're within 6 points.
Ivano misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Drive down the lane. Nice shot by Russell. His first two.
Good bucket there by Russell. Going up strong, hanging, breaking towards the basket and putting it home.
This is Williams, the kick out. Here is Troutman for three, missed it.
Now push it. You know, it's a possession game now. With 8, you're going to have to go quick. You're going to have to play quickly. And a big-time swat. Axel Laby says, no, no, no.
And Cooper Matthews picks up the foul at the other end. And we've got another timeout. Ravens leading this one 63-51.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
(63-51). Tonight's game brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, make sure you check out Aspen Creek Grill. Give them a call, 866-885-3249.
Good job.
12-point lead, still 7:43, but Kenny Troutman to the line for the first time tonight.
Yeah, we're going to need a lot of trips to the free throw line over the next 7:43 as both teams are in the bonus. So Troutman with the 1-and-1 off the foul.
You notice that grimace on his face a little bit. He came down hard.
Yeah, his right ankle.
Yeah.
He's kind of moving it around there.
Troutman now with 4.
Always good to convert on the first. And knocking them both down.
So the lead back to 14. Well, that zone has really been exceptional tonight for the Ravens. Almost a steal by Ivanyo. You know, one thing about Ivanyo, too, is he'll play defense.
Yeah.
At 3 is up and good by Flanagan.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Flanagan gets it, rise and fire, knocks down a much-needed triple.
I say that about Ivanyo because you got a lot of scores. They're not playing that good a defense. There he is again.
Yeah. Whatever you can do, I'll come back and do it better. It's the second time Ivanyo's matched a Franklin 3. Back up to 14.
Malachi Archie will check back in for the Grizzlies. We're under 7 minutes now. Franklin's going to have to make a move here pretty quickly, as that's going to be knocked out of bounds with 14 on the shot clock. Cody Samples also coming in.
Yeah, look, Franklin's offense works best when they slow it down, they get into the half court. Unfortunately, with under 7 minutes to go, you can't do that. You're going to have to push the tempo and play Anderson's game.
Nice pass to the inside. Beverly off the side of the backboard. Ferris will run it down. 9 on the shot clock. The kick out. Here's a long-range 3 by Flanagan. No good.
Yeah.
How about that by Levy? He went high to get it.
He said, I'm coming up and getting it. No second chance opportunities here.
Ravens waste no time getting to the other end of the floor. Troutman in the corner. Wide open 3. No good by Moore. The tip out. It'll be Franklin basketball.
Yeah, great no-look pass there. Just couldn't get the 3 to go.
Here's a 3 the other way. Off the mark, Archie.
I think it's going to go on Franklin there.
Yeah, I think they got Ferris picking up his 4th.
On the tie-up.
We will walk to the other end. That's the 9th team foul now on Franklin, so 1 more, everything will be 2. We will see Jesse Morgan check back in. After the game, we'll have the Morales Group post-game show, and then Tony will name the Piper Logistics Player of the Game. One is in the books right there for Axel Levy.
Yeah, Franklin hung with this Anderson squad most of this game. But once it got to that point where it was played between the 7 and 11-point range, Anderson has it in them to pull away, and they've done that here, pushing the lead to 15.
Coming up on 6 now in this basketball game, which Franklin, again, has got to make a move here pretty quick. Samples. Turnaround shot on the way, no good by Flanagan. And the rebound pulled down by Rob Davidson.
Yeah, just a lot of good looks inside of the free throw line and in that just haven't gone.
Davidson, tough shot off the glass, good.
Yeah, too strong there. Uses the glass nicely. 17 points. Biggest lead of the night here for Anderson.
Yeah, one thing about it, you also can't let them get that deep.
In which they've been able to do most of the night.
Yeah. And another deflection. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say it is off a Franklin player. 8th turnover of the second half. I have them for 19 turnovers.
And a lot of them just come via the lazy pass. There's no crispness, if that's the right word I could use. There's no snap. There's no zip on these passes.
Press put on by Franklin. Here is Davidson for 3. Missed it. Going for the rebound is Swan. He just wanted that ball more than the Grizzlies did. Foul call on Archie. That'll be number 2, I believe, on Archie. In 1 week, there you have it. Franklin, Rose-Hulman. That'll be on a Wednesday night as the free throw is good by Swan.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. That's more than likely going to be a battle for second place. Although I believe Rose-Hulman has dropped 2 in a row. But that'll be a battle for second place as we get ever so closer to the HCAC tournament. And that Final Four, we could be back in this gym.
Another turnover. That is 20. Ivano for 3.
Bango. Having some fun with it.
Timeout on the floor. Ivano with another 3, and what a second half he has put together.
Yeah, shooters continue to shoot, right? You forget about what you had in the first half. You forget about the fact that you missed your first 3 shots, and you say, look, I'm going to go out, I'm going to shoot myself out of this funk, and so far he has.
17 in the second half, 22 for the game. Tate Ivano had 5 at halftime. Watch him run the floor here. Just absolutely no hesitation either. That's what you call sweet.
Rise and fire and splash that thing home. That's what he did there. That's why he's the conference player of the year. I believe I got the boys this year. I think you have the girls.
Yeah,
correct?
I don't know. They don't tell me until
I know last year I made the trip down to Transylvania.
What is that? Oh, week from Saturday, Berea Rose-Hulman. That'll be a doubleheader, men's and women's game.
Welcome them to the conference.
Yeah.
This year there's a banner waiting for them. They got to hang it up here.
Yep. 5:01 remaining.
Berea College, of course, in Berea, Kentucky. Founded in 1855.
When I need history, I know I can count on you.
I'm telling you what, brother.
What's nice about that is you don't even have to look on Google or anything.
No, absolutely. I mean, didn't even need to. Knew exactly where it was.
Just let Tony know a little bit early, and he'll have it dialed up in his head. After the timeout, Franklin basketball. This is Morgan.
Great extra pass there down low to get a good high percentage look once again. They just can't come up with it. Go up strong. There you go.
Nice job by Morgan. It was Beverly who missed the first one.
They've had good looks like that down low, especially in that first half. Finally get one to fall.
Drive by Swan. Bounces inside. Davidson leans in. Contact. Block shot and go the other way.
Good defense.
Here is Samples for 3, and he's going to get fouled by Ivano.
Yeah, Ivano with the late closeout makes contact.
You know, back when I played, you didn't have to worry about fouling somebody from 3.
Because there was no 3.
There was no 3, but you got that right. See, I tell you what, you keep bringing all of these great things.
You know, I couldn't imagine a life without the 3-point line.
No, you can't.
I don't know where I'd be.
Word had it is that free throws good by Samples is that you only went from 3-point line to 3-point line.
Yeah.
You really didn't even play defense.
Yeah, no defense. Last name was Onahue because there was definitely no D. And, yeah, you didn't go in that paint area. It was lava.
Yep.
Nothing good happens down there. I specifically remember telling a coach one time, I have a better chance of hitting that 3 with a man in my face than I do driving to the lane and finishing a layup. Trust me.
So one more now for Samples. This is the last tipped up by Morgan.
Morgan's had a good night. He's had a few that could have dropped for him that didn't. But he's shown aggression. He's shown strength. I've liked what I've seen.
Lead at 16 as Morgan knocks it out of bounds.
Tate Avagno.
You don't think he's been a big lift in the second half, huh? Man.
He went to Morgan Township. Very, very small high school. Southern end of Porter County.
Avagno, short jumper, no. Tip up, missed by Beverly, that being Marco Beverly.
But Portage, where I went, probably the only, maybe Brownsburg. I'm convinced I went to the only 6A high school football-wise that's directly across from a cornfield.
Timeout on the floor. Anderson leads it by 16.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt.
Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like to volunteer, need more information, call 317-686-6239. There's one of our officials right there.
Got him doing a great job tonight, letting them play. Great Anderson student section here tonight, bringing the juice. That's what HCAC basketball is all about on a cold Wednesday evening. Where else would you rather be, Troy? Top two teams in the conference. It's been a battle all night. Score not indicative of these two teams going back and forth. One heck of a first half.
Yeah. Swan missed that three. We're coming up on 3 minutes remaining. Matthews back to Ferris. That defense extending now beyond the three-point line. Forcing that one up is Samples. And we have a foul on the floor off the rebound.
You know, based on how this goes and how the remainder of the season finishes out, might not be the last time we see these two teams match up.
Yep.
We'll have those final 4 games right here on HCAC.tv.
Jesse Ferris at the line, and he missed the front end of the 1-and-1.
Yeah, and one of our keys in the outset was don't let Anderson get to 80. Looks like they will. I think if you're Franklin, though, you can take a lot out of this, right? Look, he had some awesome opportunities down low multiple times. Couldn't quite get him to go. Avagno kind of struggled in that first half before he got going here. You rebounded well. A lot of things you could take from this, despite the result.
Near block shot. Samples missed it. So Franklin one and done. Good look at Kenny Troutman.
Yeah, just slow it down now. It's a possession game.
Pull-up shot by Williams, no good.
I'd probably go ahead and pull the starters here. 16-point lead, 2 to go.
That three's off the mark. Matthews.
It's a lot of three-point misses in the second half. That's also been a huge difference tonight.
Yeah. Avagno. Lady.
Why not?
Why not? He'll shoot a three and missed everything.
That's
but
why.
How about the hustle by Williams?
slow it down here. 5 on the shot clock. Ivanyo's going to pop one.
The kick out. Here is a 3, and it's off the front of the rim by Troutman. It just got the front of the rim. So Anderson is going to win here tonight. Ferris drives, left hand good. Coming up on a minute remaining, Anderson will win their 8th in a row. They're going to go to 9-1 in the conference. Franklin will fall to 8-2, a game back.
6-0 on Wednesday games.
Yeah. Now I hear they want to play all the games on Wednesday.
17-2 overall on Wednesdays under Carter Collins. A great job by the Anderson stat crew and all their sports information department for the great info. We'll have a foul up top.
Matthews just picked up number 5. And that will put Bryce Williams at the line. Franklin making some changes in their lineup, as we will see.
Spellman coming in, the Center Grove product.
Yep. Connor McNabb, number 33, is checked in as well. Looks like Kwame Arnall has checked in. He is a 6'5 senior. He wears number 21. Second free throw is missed. So we're down to a final 40. LeBron Benny Powell is checked into the lineup as well. He saw minutes against Rose Holman.
Oh boy.
Turnover once again.
He wanted the jam, but wisely brings it out. And they will dribble the clock out. And Anderson, a 15, they held him under 80.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, too many good looks go by the wayside by Franklin, especially down low in the painted area. And again, as mentioned, I don't think these two teams are done with each other yet. Projecting them to both make it to that final weekend. Great job by Anderson.
Final score 77-62. Franklin ended up turning the ball over 22 times tonight. Jesse Morgan had 16 points. Cody Samples finished with 12. Cooper Matthews had 10. Raiden Flanagan 5. 12 points by Beverly. Tate Ivanyo had 22. Kenny Troutman 5 points. 12 by Bryce Williams. 13 by Davidson. Laby had 5. Elisha Moore finished with 8. Nolan Swan with 4 points on the night. It is time for the Morales Group postgame show, brought to you by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Whether you're looking to start a new career, grow your team with exceptional talent, the Morales Group is here to help you succeed. Your thoughts on this one? Again, as you said earlier, back and forth first half. Anderson kind of took control of that second half early after Franklin had some costly turnovers. And then after that, it was just kind of the Tate Ivanyo show the rest of the way.
Yeah, he only had 5 points in that first half, and to finish with what he did, just super impressive. You see why he's the player of the year in the conference. He's our player of the game here tonight. I was really impressed by Bryce Williams, the way that he controlled the basketball, the way that he had 7 assists tonight. He was very strong with the basketball, and thank you. And a great evening here for Anderson. We'll get the final, as you already mentioned here, but Bryce Williams, plays 28 minutes, ends up with 4 rebounds, 12 points, 5 assists, a plus-minus of 14, the best on the team. I was really impressed by what he did. And again, Tate Ivanyo playing 38 minutes, 8 of 18 from the field, 22 points, 8 rebounds, and a plus-minus of 11. But we talk about points off turnovers, 29 for Anderson. And that's what we talked about at the beginning of the game. It was in transition, can you slow down Anderson? And when you get 29 points off of turnovers, most of those coming in transition, you're going to win a lot of games.
So again, the Piper Logistics player of the game is none other than Tate Ivanyo. As you mentioned, 22 points. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, Piper Logistics delivers solutions that keep you on the move with efficiency and reliability. Piper Logistics gets the job done. Final score, once again, Anderson picks up the win tonight, 77-62. They're now 9-1 in the HCAC, 14-4 overall with their 8th straight win. For Franklin, they fall to 12-5 overall, 8-2 in the HCAC. Fantastic job by the crew again tonight. We want to thank them for all their hard work. Thank you for joining us as well as Anderson picks up the win. Your final score, 77-62. Have a pleasant evening, everyone.